Singletary, that's a guy, 3 of the last 6, I think he's been over 100. He's averaging about 5 yards a carry. How good has he been playing? How big of a part has he been of Houston's success last 6 games?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, this is obviously the wide zone rushing attack that's taking the league by storm. And frankly, Damian Pierce is a good player, the second-year guy who was productive last year. I just don't think he's as good of a fit in this particular rushing scheme. They're more of a kind of a gap scheme, a power rushing attack, and I think he's a better fit in that system, which is a whole separate conversation, I suppose. But yeah, Singletary is quick. He has good acceleration, good stop and start ability, and I think good change of direction, which is particularly here where you get 1 foot in the ground, plant and get upfield, running off edge, running out, off tackle. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to run to the edge and beat you on the non-Myles Garrett side, most ideally for them. He's been a really good fit for them. He's been taking over the goal line work. He's been doing everything. He kind of has quietly taken over the #1 job there, and it's been a good fit.
When you look at that defense, the defense is pretty good. Now, they're missing Will Anderson. I don't think he practiced again. That's a really good edge rusher. Who else has been playing well defensively for the Texans?
He's a huge loss, but the other edge rusher, and Jonathan Grenard, is having a career year, a pending free agent who's going to do quite well based on a breakout contract here. But always been a good player. Some injuries. I think he is a better fit as more of a stand-up off-ball outside linebacker, not off-ball, outside linebacker in the system. With the D'Amico Ryans and. Really, really good against the run. That's kind of always been his calling card, and now you're seeing the pass rush come along as well. Not the bendiest guy, not the freakiest, burstiest athlete, but I think his arsenal of tricks and his hand usage and jump, chop, rip, and club moves and all these various things just kind of become more natural and smooth for him. So he's a problem. And then the 2 guys on the interior are both good pass rushers in Malik Collins and Sheldon Rankins. Last guy I'll mention, everyone knows about Derek Stingley and Steven Nelson. Safety Jalen Petrie should get more credit, I think, for how good this defense has been and also just how good of a player he is. He's kind of that, move him all over the place, play in the slot, play deep, be an overhang defender, and take away early throwing lanes. He can do everything. And he's a fun football player.
So key matchups. When you look at this, what do you think is something that goes a way towards deciding who wins this one?
Yeah, so the Texans corners don't travel, but I imagine the matchup between Amari Cooper and these outside corners. Like I said, Steven Nelson's also playing great football. The wily veteran, obviously, Browns fans remember him from his Steelers days. But can he win some of those matchups? Those are 2 guys that are going to play a ton of zone. They're going to sit back in quarters, cover 3, cover 6, and kind of let you throw underneath and then get yards after the catch. So I think it's going to be another huge David Njoku game. Frankly, I think there are some similarities here between how Chicago deploys their coverage and how Houston's going to do it. And also similarities in, Montez Sweat had a good game, and DeMarcus Walker did too, but the Bears aren't this ferocious pass rush that's going to kill you. So you're going to get the ball out. We're going to have some time to get the ball out. You need to rack up yards after the catch, make guys miss in space. They might be missing linebacker Blake Cashman for this game too. So that's the key for me. I think it's David Njoku over the middle, and then you need some occasional, back shoulder Amari Cooper magic. On the flip side, one of the matchups of the season is Myles Garrett versus Laramie Tunsil, left tackle. I mean, that's a battle of titans right there.
What's it look like if the Browns are going to end up getting a win and getting to 10 wins?
I think an early lead would be huge here. I know that sounds obvious, but I think game script is very important in this game. Make them feel uncomfortable, make them feel like they have to throw the football. They are going to want to run. They're going to want to run a ton. They run a lot on first and second down, near the top of the league, an early down run rate. And if they're sitting in second and 8s because you're not letting them get those chunk yards at the beginning, or you have a lead and they feel the need to throw the ball to catch up with you, that's when you tee off and wreak havoc on the rest of the offensive line, but also moving Myles Garrett around would make sense. Moving Zadarius Smith around would make sense. They've had some injuries on the interior and have shuffled guys all season long. I think that would be the key for me. Get an early lead, force them to throw the football, and then the game script is heavily in your favor.